हेल्थ फॉर ऑल के नए साल के दूसरे एपिसोड में आपका स्वागत है। बहुतों ने नए साल का जश्न इस बार डर और आशंकाओं के साए में मनाया, तो काफी लोगों ने मनाया ही नहीं। सरकार ने भी सार्वजनिक सेलिब्रेशन पर रोक लगा रखी थी। यानी हमारा नया साल ओमिक्रॉन के डर के साथ शुरू हुआ। ये डर अब भी कायम है क्योंकि मामले लगातार बड़ी तेजी से बढ़ रहे हैं। देश भर में संक्रमण का आंकड़ा करीब 1.5 लाख पहुंच चुका है। अस्पतालों में भी मरीजों की संख्या बढ़ रही है। ऐसे में जरूरी है कि हम सबका प्रयास भारत को स्वस्थ बनाने पर हो, और भारत तभी स्वस्थ होगा जब भारत के लोग स्वस्थ रहेंगे। इसलिए आज हमने मेकिंग इंडिया हेल्दी को अपनी चर्चा का विषय बनाया है। ये एपिसोड 2022 में भारत को स्वस्थ बनाने के संकल्प की एक पहल है। इसमें आज जाने माने विशेषज्ञ बताएंगे कि हम इस संकल्प को कैसे पूरा कर सकते हैं। डॉक्टर सुदीप झा, स्वागत है आपका हमारे कार्यक्रम में। आज क्या कुछ हमारे दर्शकों के लिए नया लेकर आए हैं आप?
आज हम घर में कुछ किचन में होता है हमारे मसाले, उसको हम कैसे दैनिक उपयोग में लाके कैसे हम ओमिक्रॉन से बच सकते हैं, उस पर हम थोड़ा फोकस करेंगे। एक डेली रूटीन में हमारे यहाँ चाय का प्रचलन हो गया है। डेली रूटीन में हम चाय पीते हैं। किसी को चाय पीने के लिए मना कर दें तो आज के डेट में ये बहुत बड़ी एक परहेज हो जाती है। तो हम चाय मना नहीं कर रहे हैं, चाय में ही कुछ चीजें आप मिक्स कर दें तो आपको वायरल इन्फेक्शन से, मौसम के चेंज होने से जो प्रॉब्लम होता है, सर्दी जुकाम बुखार सिर दर्द, ये सारे चीजें से आप ठीक होगा। अब हम आपको बताते हैं, एक चाय पीने की रेमेडी बताते हैं। अगर मेरे अपने दैनिक जीवन में भी उपयोग में आता है और बाकी कई लोगों पे हमने इसका प्रयोग किया है, वह वायरस इंफेक्शन, उसके बाद सर्दी जुकाम, ठंड से होने वाले परेशानी, सीजन से चेंज होने वाले परेशानी, माइग्रेन का केस हो, साइनोसाइटिस का केस हो, हार्ट की प्रॉब्लम हो, लंग्स की प्रॉब्लम हो, इस सभी में ये अगर 1 कप आप सुबह की चाय पी लें तो आपको ये बेनिफिट होगा। सौंफ है, मेथी है, बड़ी इलायची, अदरक, दालचीनी और अर्जुन का छाल। अर्जुन का छाल, अब हम एक एक करके बताते हैं। अर्जुन का छाल आप सुने होंगे, आयुर्वेद में इसकी मेडिसिन बनती है, अर्जुनारिष्ट। और अर्जुन के छाल जो है हार्ट और लंग्स को बहुत ही मजबूत करता है। तो आप क्या करें, जो आप लेते हैं 1 चम्मच, छोटी चम्मच से जब चाय बनाते हैं, 1 आदमी के लिए, छोटी 2 आदमी के लिए 1 छोटी चम्मच से 1 चम्मच सौंफ लें, 1 छोटी चम्मच से मेथी लें, बड़ी इलायची लें, अदरक लें, और अगर अर्जुन का छाल है या अर्जुन का पाउडर तो 1 चम्मच वो डालें। और उसको बिल्कुल धीरे से उसको उबालें। जब धीरे धीरे उबल जाए, और मैं थोड़ी धीमी आंच पे जब उबल जाए, तो उसको आप अगर डायबिटीज के मरीज हैं तो हनी का प्रयोग करेंगे। अगर सामान्य मरीज हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, अगर मार्केट में उपलब्ध नहीं है राब, अगर राब उपलब्ध हो तो बहुत अच्छा है, नहीं तो शक्कर मिलाए। अगर आप चाय का टेस्ट लेना चाहते हैं तो चाय पत्ती भी डाल दें, कोई दूसरा नुकसान नहीं है। और अगर दूध भी मिक्स करना चाहते हैं तो थोड़ी सी मात्रा उबलती हुई दूध को उसमें मिला दें और चाय की तरह पिए। आप देखें, जो अगर इस चाय को अगर आप दैनिक रूटीन में आप इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो आपको किसी भी प्रकार का, हम 100% दावे के साथ करें क्योंकि हम अपने जीवन में उपयोग करते हैं, आपको सर्दी जुकाम नहीं होगी, ठंड से कोई परेशानी नहीं होगी, हार्ट की कोई प्रॉब्लम होगी वह भी ठीक हो जाएगा, गैस की प्रॉब्लम होगी क्योंकि सौंफ जो है गैस को दूर करता है, अदरक पाचन के लिए बहुत फायदेमंद है, अर्जुन का छाल है वह भी गैस को कंट्रोल करता है। तो ये चीजें आपको बहुत बेनिफिशियल देगी। एक सुबह की चाय में अगर आप इस प्रकार की चाय पिएंगे तो आपको बहुत लाभ देगा।
Welcome to session 1 part 2. Let me remind our viewers that we are live on Facebook and also YouTube. In this particular session of part 2, which will last till about 8:55, we have newer trends in yoga practices. We have with us Dr. Pooja Pandey, a certified yoga teacher and expert in aerobics and Zumba, and runs Arogya Physiotherapy, combining all these techniques for better living. She is a motivational speaker and the creative spirit behind her successful YouTube channel called Arogya Physio Tips. Welcome to session, Dr. Pooja Pandey.
There came something called paddle yoga. Okay. Now, what is paddle yoga? Also called as SUP. Okay. Stand up the paddle. It is basically for people who are water lovers, and only for advanced yoga. People who have been practicing yoga for a lot of time and who are good swimmers and who has love for water. So what they do is, and it's there in many centers actually, they use a paddle or something to support you, like it will look like a yoga mat, but it is basically floating on water, and you stand on that and you do yoga posture. Okay. Now, how does it help? It is very, very good for core strengthening. आपका core और back ये बहुत अच्छे से strengthen होगा, क्योंकि आप पानी में खड़े हैं और पानी में अपने आप को बैलेंस करने का ट्राई कर रहे हैं with all the posture. But this is only and only recommended for people who are good swimmers, who love water and who are already advanced in exercise therapy. तो आप beginners के लिए ये use नहीं कर सकते हैं, and only तो ये many centers which has water like swimming pool facility or hydrotherapy facility, वो ये program run कर रहे हैं जहाँ पे actually women को योगा कराते हैं in water, okay, like floating paddle के use करके.
We now move on to session 2, which is on Wellness Agenda 22. Speech delay, lack of social communication, and anxiety are among the issues being observed in several young children, that is 1 to 4 years. The problems have been linked to COVID-19 pandemic. Pediatricians are referring to child psychiatrists an increasing number of cases of kids struggling to develop communication skills, which many otherwise pick up naturally. What is your view on this?
If we look at this young generation that we're talking about, they are extremely vulnerable. And with that vulnerability, they are not going through the normal exposures that a child would run through. Because of this lack of exposure and also the fear psychosis that has got created in the adults with whom he's interacting with, it is directly impacting and subconsciously impacting his developmental milestones. So there is no current research which has proven that there is a direct impact, but there is a lot of work that is going on which is showing that the correlations may be high on these kind of concerns of developmental delays happening in correlation with the COVID times, physiologically also and psychologically as well. So it's a situation in which we adults, we as parents, we as members of our society need to understand that our vulnerable generation, which is this youngest generation, needs to be taken care of, because anyways they have lesser ways to express. And if we are expressing a zone of stress around them, it will impact them psychologically and it will delay certain milestones that they need to be growing across with, on a natural manner.
हम लोग धीरे धीरे लॉकडाउन वाली स्थिति में पहुंच रहे हैं. लॉकडाउन तो नहीं है, लेकिन वर्क फ्रॉम होम और एक्टिविटीज हमारे सीमित हो गए हैं. लोग वीकेंड कर्फ्यू दिल्ली में है, तो हमारी एक्टिविटीज बहुत कम हो गई है और हम घर से ही काम कर रहे हैं. तो ऐसे में, और खाने में कमी नहीं हुई है, बल्कि खान पान बढ़ गया है हमारा. ऐसे में क्या सुझाव है, हम कैसे अपनी एक्टिविटीज, कम एक्टिविटी और खान पान में कैसे संतुलन बनाएं? क्या सुझाव है?
प्रॉब्लम क्या हो गई कि हम कहीं जा नहीं रहे, घर पर ही हैं. अब तो बाहर भी नहीं जा सकते, वीकेंड्स पे काम वैसे भी घर से कर रहे हैं, और रिक्रिएशन के बहुत कम सोर्सेज रह गए. लोगों से मिलते नहीं हैं हम, अपने घरों में टेलीविजन कितनी देर देखेंगे, कितनी देर फोन. तो food is a major way of recreating ourselves, of pleasuring ourselves, so it becomes a way of venting out your depression, or feeling better, or feeling a little more, high. Food gives you a little bit of a high. So mostly people use food in situations like this to feel better or to use it for pleasure. That whole concept is a skewed concept, because वो पूरा concept ही गलत है. खाने का काम आपको pleasure करना नहीं है. खाने का काम बहुत ही aberrated और बहुत ही खराब anecdotal example होगा. आपको fuel करना है, जैसे fuel एक गाड़ी के लिए इस्तेमाल होता है. सबसे पहले कॉन्शियसनेस, जो माइंडफुलनेस जिसकी हम बात करते रहे, कॉन्शियसनेस अबाउट योर फूड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एकदम से ये सोच लेना कि अब मैं कम खाऊंगा या मैं बिल्कुल नहीं खाऊंगा या मैं फास्ट करूंगा, अच्छा है, बट पहले आई थिंक द बिगिनिंग स्टेप शुड बी टू ईज इनटू अंडरस्टैंडिंग that your consumption of food is far more than what you require, especially when you're saddled in your homes and not doing anything much. So therefore, this sort of acceptance that you have to reduce your food intake and you have to be mindful of what you're eating is very important.
There is one particular study which has come of late, is that the dream patterns have changed in COVID patients. That are some strange dreams that they come across. Have you come across anything of that in your patients whom you deal with?
So it's totally depend on the way you are taking your surroundings or the situation you are taking. Sleep, what is dream? It's your unconscious mind that is telling you that you are whole day you are analyzing something, you are seeing something good or bad. I have seen people are coming that whole day before sleep also they were watching news, and new channel these days they are just showing all the bad things happening around the world. You are watching those kind of new channels and all bad activity, you are getting all bad news, and after that your mind, your thought process is not able to think anything positive in life. After that, slowly and gradually, after a month, and it's now like 2 years, we are entered into the 2 years of pandemic. So our thought process had changed and we started dreaming wrong things. But it can be changed through mindful practices, yoga and meditation, engaging yourself in fruitful, positive activity, spending time with near and dear ones. It's nothing very serious. It's just your thought process which had changed your dream pattern.
क्या चाय और कॉफी हमारे इम्यून सिस्टम को प्रभावित करता है? क्योंकि आजकल जब वर्क फ्रॉम होम चलता है तो लोग चाय और कॉफी पर टूट पड़ते हैं, तो क्या ये इम्यून सिस्टम को प्रभावित करता है?
कुछ लोग ऑलमोस्ट अराउंड 8 to 10 या इवन मोर कप्स ऑफ टी एंड कॉफी पूरे दिन में पीते हैं. तो एक समझना जरूरी है, जैसे आपने पहले बताया कि टी जो है इसमें स्पेशल जो एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स है, इसको एपिको गैलेक्टिन्स बोलते हैं, जो काफी हद तक वेट लॉस के लिए हेल्प करते हैं. पर कौन सी चाय? ये उबली हुई दूध वाली चाय जिसमें 2-3 चम्मच शक्कर पड़े हैं, वो वाली नहीं. केवल ग्रीन टी लेंगे तो दैट कैन बी फंक्शनल. इसके साथ यदि हम दूसरे फंक्शनल इंग्रेडिएंट्स जैसे आपने बोला सिनेमन है, क्लोव्स है, सौंफ है, अगर ये हम डालते हैं तो ये एक डाइजेस्टिव बनता है. दूसरे फंक्शनल इंग्रेडिएंट्स डेफिनेटली कैन हेल्प. इसको हम काढ़े की तरह भी पी सकते हैं. हम जैसे अजवाइन है, सौंफ है, इसको हम पोस्ट मील ब्रू, मतलब खाने के बाद, जो स्पेशली आज जो लोग बहुत समय तक बैठे रहते हैं तो गैस है, एसिडिटी है, ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स भी आती है. तो इफ यू यूज दीज ओनली बॉइल्ड इन वाटर विद सम लेमन ग्रास एज अ पोस्ट मील ब्रू, तो ये काफी हद तक हमको हेल्प कर सकते हैं.
Now we are in the second year of COVID, and you must have seen infants born in the pandemic now reaching the age of 2, becoming toddlers. So during this growth phase, have you seen any developmental milestone delays, any behavioral impact on the babies because of living in a pandemic?
Thank you so much, Ms. Soni, for this question, because this is such a need of the hour. Now, the norms, the regular norms of reaching that milestone have been changed. Even the patients come to me and ask me, ma'am, he's still not sitting or he's still not walking because he didn't get enough space to walk. So all of the developmental milestone usually depend on the exposure they have. We cannot expect a child, so that's why whenever we used to say that a nuclear family child might not speak that well by 2 years as compared to a child who stays with his grandparents, it's because the exposure is more. Now we are constrained. There are kids who are born in who were born in the COVID time, and still the COVID time is going on, and I normally tease them and say this is a COVID baby, so don't expect much from him. So that is what is going now. We are seeing a lot of physical delays in terms of walking delay, in terms of there are speech delays, because kids are not exposed to their play schools. The kids who were supposed to go to their play schools are not exposed to that. Parents in a nuclear family are all the time busy with their laptops working from home. And that is the one thing which has affected them so much. Because of the sleep disturbances, there have been delay in their potty training, there have been delay in their other social milestone, a child not interacting very well, and the stranger anxiety lasting for more than 2 years. Normally a stranger anxiety is a thing which starts by 6 months in a child, wherein the child sees a stranger and gets worried, and that goes away as the exposure to people become more, it goes away. But we're seeing till 2 years, 2.5 years, the child sees the strangers and starts crying because all they have seen is people with masks.
In this situation where for 2 years we've continuously seen no end to the pandemic, the anxiety levels are rising, stress is at a high, and this sense of distress almost कि कब खत्म होगा भी कि नहीं होगा, एक के बाद एक variants आ रहे हैं. So how is it impacting all of us, especially children, especially adolescent children? We've talked about infants, we've talked about school going, let's talk about adolescents now. How is that impacting their worldview?
I think, they are also the set of children who have seen school, who have seen socializing, who have been out and playing, and, so what you have, you miss it. The toddlers have never seen it, so they don't miss it at all. I mean, they don't know what they are missing out on, basically. But for teenagers, it can be very, very, very stifling also. So now what's happening is, I think teenagers also don't get space at home. There is a limited boundary of every house, and everybody is rubbing shoulders with each other because everybody in the house wants each other to be and behave in a certain way. And especially if there's a teenager in the house, he's supposed to study, he's supposed to concentrate, he's supposed to be completely into academics. Bahar ja nahi sakte. Social media is a waste of time. Video games shouldn't be there. Of course, I mean, those are also very, very unproductive and unhealthy, but there's too much, they feel very pride upon. There's no space, there is no privacy. Whereas when they went to school, what they did in the bus or what they did in school or what they were talking to their, friends about was completely their own time. And they're not getting that right now. And I feel it's very, very, they're not able to explore, now exploration can be very positive for, being with friends, talking about various things, can be very, very positive. And I was also, writing a few things about, whatever the other panelists were saying. And I'm just saying that one of the things that isn't happening because there is no socializing happening with children on every developmental stage, and thus they are not reaching a social maturity. Social development is also a milestone, and children, teenagers, toddlers all are missing that very important milestone as well, which is of social development.
So we won't see parents. Have you noticed any change in children in terms of their behavior, in terms of their social life?
So
given the
so
fact
what I have seen is like जब मैं sessions लेती हूँ SDG goals के और इतने सारे लेती हूँ, so half the children, the teachers are, especially the boarding schools and the other schools also, they don't join. या किसी का कैमरा नहीं चल रहा होता है, या किसी का वॉल्यूम खत्म हो जाता है, या फिर उनको what we have to do is like after every half an hour you have to generate a report that आप पूरा सेशन अटेंड करोगे तो आपको ये मिलेगा. So then they are attending, and you have to make it more like the two-way traffic. Like you have to keep asking them questions. And second thing, what I found that people have started doing is like एक online class है तो उसमें 2 लोग रहेंगे. एक तो मॉनिटर करेगा कि कितने लोग बैठे हैं कि नहीं है क्लास में, and second will be teaching, because one teacher cannot do everything all the time. She has to take attendance, she has to make her lesson plan, she has to teach. So it's better that one teacher is just monitoring who all are there. And third is like मुश्किलें बहुत आ रही है. It's not that easy, but people have adapted to change. Parents, yes, parents को समझाना बहुत जो अभी हमारा NEP नया आया है, न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, उसको लेके ऑलरेडी इतने चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, फिर ये कोविड हो रहा है. So parents are the biggest stakeholder in any school. So convincing them that please believe in the school system, whichever school their child is going. Because I believe, and I've been interacting with so many schools, that all schools are doing their best because they have to survive and they have to see that their admissions are there. So they are taking the best measures to make education possible in the best possible way, introducing the best edtech technology, best methods. Only thing is that how aware are parents and how they are embracing this change.
What is Omicron and how scared do we need to be of Omicron?
Ma'am, WHO to a very large extent has botched COVID. Okay. There was a time when WHO came out with this huge, article saying that there could be a chance that COVID is a bacterial infection. That itself, I think Dr. Charu ma'am will agree with me. She's a doctor. And this, we've been doing a lot of study into this. So now when I come down to the Omicron variant, now, as you all know, we've been vaccinated with both the jabs. We've taken, say, Covaxin or Covishield or Sputnik or Pfizer or whatever, if you've been abroad or whatever. So your body is fighting it. Your body has the antibodies to fight it. The difference is people are saying it is less, it's milder than what the Delta variant was. That's not because of the variant. That's because of your antibodies fighting against it.
What is the most exciting research that is happening in the field of brain?
Exactly, I would like to tell you about this. The most exciting research currently which is happening is in the field of longevity, and that is being done by David Sinclair. He speaks a lot about how we can modify our epigenomes. See, DNA is the code of life, but there's a lot about what is above and below that DNA. So he talks about transforming our epigenomes by bringing in healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. And what he talks, something very interesting which I found, he said that every birthday we increase our chronological age, but resolution should be reduce your biological age.